Let us start now. A warm welcome to our masters, brothers and sisters, around the globe. This Dharma talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Before we start, I would like to share a short accepted master's teaching. Deliver sentient beings using the vessel of compassion. All bodhisattvas in Su Ching unite in one mind, with a vessel of compassion in their heart, wishing to ferry all sentient beings on the compassionate journey. We have been blessed to enter the path of Buddhism by using the Buddha's wondrous Dharma as the vessel of compassion, guiding suffering beings from the shore of ignorance, simultaneously leading and transforming them to the pure shore.感恩 to Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disasters in the world. Now let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our life a healthy body and enlightened mind and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our both masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere vows. Please rise. palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved abode masters who could join us today. Okay, today we have Sister Chow, Yoke, and Sister Guit will be sharing with us on the lessons under the Bodhi tree, and will follow by Brother David Liu in the Q&A session. Yeah. Okay, now let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Su Ching, over to you. 感恩。
Sister Lily. Okay, so here it is. Okay, last week, there was Sister Susan and Sister Yin Yin from Singapore, and they spoke about the 30-year-long environmental protection efforts that are in Singapore. For more than 3 decades, it has been Singapore's quest in environmental care, sustainability, and protection. They will invest. Starting with humbly knocking on door to door was the beginning of recycling efforts and the intense labor they bore. Unity was present as Sister Susan recalled memory sweet. She remembered piles of goods and the big recycling fleet. Slowly, awareness grew from the household doorstep span as the volunteers reached out to more communities they there. At the Eco Education Station, the vision is clear. In 2018, with the minister's launch, was a moment dear. Even when the pandemic halted efforts and momentum waned, Titi volunteers' enthusiasm shall not be contained. So this was before the pandemic. And during the pandemic, Sister Yan Yan said, innovative minds within Titi's folds got volunteers to study online study groups with many stories told. 'Tis a spiritual recycling, a path anew, deepening knowledge and staying true. COVID shifted much in life's terrain, but in environmental awareness, there is more we gain. Recycling's purpose is still as clear as light. Protecting resources is always our sacred right. Volunteers gathered in actions bold. Even with restrictions, volunteers show up, turning trash into gold. Mother Earth's guardians, we stand tall. Titi's missions are still embraced by all. And we have Brother Joe Huang, who brought us back to the start of the Saturday online Dharma in English. Under the full moon's gentle light, time swiftly passes from day to night. Cherish each moment preciously told as we recall lessons from the Lotus Sutra many moons ago. In the early days, translation hurdles were challenges faced. Brother Joe revisits the knowledge embraced. Conditions set for teaching's grand, Buddha's call across the land. Recounting chapters of treasure, stupa, and wealth in abundance, witnessed by many of teachings and guidance. Devotions declared and vows renewed. In wisdom's path, enlightenment is pursued. Emerging teachers from Earth's many places, recycling wisdom in many spaces. Let us revisit and relearn ever bright, with such that the wisdom we learn can illuminate our lives with delight. And then Brother PJ from US recalled the trip that they had with 100 people from California to Taiwan. In the bustle of life's relentless pace, Brother PJ's words were spoken with gentle grace. He recalled Master's call to a meaningful strife amidst the chaos to keep souls alive. From California's distant shore to Taiwan's land, 100 souls did soar. A spiritual journey which is rich and pure, new paths of learning we did secure. Warm greetings from local volunteers, so kind. In Tingsa abode, solace they did find. Bodhisattvas we aspire to be. In this sacred home, hearts are free. With Master's guidance, we look forward to the Mosters, a businessman called Master a living goddess. Her wisdom so vast, her love profound, in the 30-fold safeties abound. Among successful and worldly men, all gather to seek refuge every now and then. Face to face with many masters are rare. Back in Taiwan, the volunteers' souls are bare. A year's planning ahead gathered 100 strong, back to the Jingse abode where we belong. Memories are sweet within its walls. It is master's wish the place is home that our spirit calls. Hide fast, she urges, heed her plea. Do good while we can is her decree. Many know Jingse's food is 100% pure. Food forged with purpose at all, is pure 100%. Food forged with purpose and all good intent. 27 years ago, Brother PJ wrote a song still sung about the Jingse abode where our hearts are among. Our family in a home eternal, forever known, basking in Master's love, eternally grown. That end for listening. I shall stop share. Then
Yeah, morning.
okay.
Yeah, pass on
Mr.
to me.
Gibby, sorry,
Eh,
stopping. So you
Yeah,
will introduce the next speaker, yeah. So thank
yeah. Today we actually have, two sisters who have been very, very diligent going to India as teachers, yeah. And they are going to share with us lessons under the Bodhi tree. Just by listening to the title itself, it's already very, very inspiring. So without further ado, may I invite Sister Chow Yoke to share with us first, and then followed by Sister GT Ong.
Sis, is it okay that I don't on the video because my line is not good? I keep dropping off.
Yes, I had the same problem yesterday, so it's perfect. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, our brothers and sisters. I'm Sister Chow here, yeah. Cảm ơn to Sis Su Ching for giving me the opportunity to share my trip to India, Bodhi. Can hear everyone very clear?
Yes,
Can
it's
hear?
good. It's good.
Okay, thank you. I was with Sister GT in Hualien in the month of June. She was commissioning, whereas I served as a volunteer there. Then in the month of August, we have this great affinity and opportunity to serve together in Bodhi, also known as the Buddha Gaya in Bihar, India. Next, sister. So, Sister Su Ching, next. Next. We are so blessed that we reached the hotel and immediately was told that we were able to join the happy hour in Bakro colony. Deep down, I was actually feeling a bit tired, and I just feel that I couldn't miss a second as I wanted to spend my time to the fullest because I only have 5 weeks to spend in Bugaya. We used the so-called tutut as our transportation, very bumpy and it's not comfortable. As we move along, it was an eye-opening for me as I have never seen mud houses before. As we arrived to the village, we entered to a small tiny hall. Some of us will do a little cleaning up and some volunteer will move along the mud houses to invite the children to join the program. The volunteer will shout out kachara kachara. We don't really know what the meaning, and later on it's actually recycling. This moment made me recall back the story of our younger time is the pipe piper. He blow the flute and the children will follow him. Whereas here the children will follow the volunteer to the small tiny hall as we make them sit down and they will start checking their fingernails, and some of the children will have to trim the nail for the younger one. It's actually teaching them the hygiene part. We also teach them to have their hair neatly combed and tied up, which was a bit difficult because their hair is actually very coarse and very hard. Once ready, we will lead them to outdoor recycling. We volunteer will teach them what can be recyclables and start picking up trashes within the compound of the mud houses. Then later we'll teach them to have their hand washed properly, where they don't really wash their hand because their fingernail was pretty dirty. We have this happy hour with the children on the alternate day. Sometimes we'll tell them stories, sometimes we'll do some dancing with them or show them some short education video. The children was very naive and simple-minded and always follow simple instruction. Next is I follow the education group on the second day of arrival. I was pretty shocked to see the classroom was very small and without light. Basically, they depend on light that's coming through the window. In the beginning, I was couldn't bear it. It was very hot and stuffy, and I just have the heart to ask myself, I shouldn't be so so calculative as I have to stay in the room. And I always thought that do the children have the option? So I just stay in there for a while. And I have a special task there, and I was told to take photos and video of the sharer. Every evening, we'll have to send the video to the local volunteer teachers to get it translated. This is my first experience serving with the 3-in-1, and it's not an easy task. Every photo needs to have a short story and briefly need to explain the place and event. By late evening, I was pretty tired, but no matter how, I have to update all the photos of the day taken. So every night, I could sleep very soundly due to being too tired. In the beginning, I thought that we here in Su Ching is already lots of Hualien. Why should I go in here? But I was totally wrong. See next video. Next slide. Next is the children there made me feel I'm so blessed. Could see that they only have the most basic things. That's a floor to sit on. Tables and chair is very limited, and yet the children were happy. Master always remind us that education is important and cannot wait. Only through education they can transform their life to a better level. Next is this another school, which is a boarding school. The children study, and during the night, they sleep in the same classroom. Could see that their clothing was neatly hanged between the wall. It's the same, no light or fan, and only depending on the light that coming through the window. Next is these the luxurious things that they have. Water to drink from the pump, and this the fan I saw, but it's not working, and a simple slide to play on. Next is this is another school. I feel so sad for the children as they came to the school even without a simple pair of slippers or a proper school bag. Their school bag is actually from the rice bag. But recently, I saw Richard G already start distributing school bags and school shoes to the children. I actually feel how nice if I could bring something for them from the recycle center, but it's not possible as the charges is very expensive. Next, sister. Sports days. If here, we need a few months to do the preparation work, but there, it really shocked me. It only need a day or two. And to prepare, could see that the gift was rather simple, some trophy, pen, and some small towel. And yet the children were so happy to receive it. Next is This is the pictures of the event of returning of the bamboo bang. Yeah, the villager there was really sincere because during the bamboo bang session, almost all that have taken the bamboo bang, they turn up as what I got. What the brothers and the sister there told us. Next is, could see how happy they are, even though they are not rich, and yet they are willing to share with others. Could see the pictures on the lower left. This little boy was so generous as this is his second round to give the bamboo rice away. As our Tingsi aphorism says, giving is not the privilege of the rich, it's the privilege of the sincere. Next is, Charity Day was also conducted on the first Sunday of the month, and as usual, after distributing, we need to prepare the report. Doing charity here is not easy task because all foods and grocery and volunteers have to go into the small tutut. See the picture on the right? So happened it was a rainy day. We volunteer got a little wet, and worse, the tutut got stuck in the mud. Me and another sister have to get down from the tutut, whereas our local volunteer, Brother Vikash, need to push all the way out of the mud. It was lucky that I had bring another pair of white shoes, since cow dung was everywhere, wondering I was stepping on the mud or the cow dung. From the picture we could see, we normally will leave the grocery on the floor. We don't go into the care recipient houses because there isn't any furniture, and the floor is also made from sand and muds only. Some of their houses is just the size of our small storeroom where it can't really fit us to go in. Sis, next. I enjoy this moment very much is recycling with the children. Actually, they don't have much to recyclables. They don't have really much because, the things is actually very limited, but lots of plastic wrappers from the tidbits that they eat. They love to buy and to eat these small packet of crackers like our, small twisties and all these kind of things. Then we teach them to pick up from the housing compound and put it all the small wrappers into a PET bottle and to make it into eco bricks, which later can make into a small stool. Next is, every Sunday morning, we will leave by 6:15 a.m. to Bodhi temple for chanting, to recite the Sutra of Infinite Meaning. Early morning, this place is almost packed and full. The temple was being rebuilt and being restored. The place where Buddha was said to have attained enlightenment. Every Saturday night, I will pray that next morning, Sunday, will have a good weather, because if it's happened to rain, there isn't any shelter for us. Doesn't have any place for us to take shelter. Next is August 15 is the India Independence Day. So all school was closed. And since it was a public holiday, we took the opportunity to pay a visit to the Vulture Peak in Bihar. It says to have been the location of the Buddha's many sermons, and is believed that Lord Buddha delivered the most significant sutra, that's the Lotus Sutra. Feeling so grateful to have this great opportunity to be able to chant the Sutra of Infinite Meaning in this spiritual place. Next is, in the later afternoons, since we are still early and we do have some time, we proceed to Rajgrit to visit the boy with the swollen abdomen. We found him, this boy Sandeep, and his mother. He was totally recovered and happily playing around with his friends. We invited both the boy and his mother, to follow us to the next village to spread our bamboo bank great loves. No preparation work was done. Also, and on the spot, so many villagers turned up, eagerly wanted to know what was it about. After the sharing of the rice bank, villager happily bringing out all some rice since it's not prepared. The rice was just put and gathered into a plastic bag. The villager there was so kind, simple, and have a very pure heart that doesn't curry us and instead just do what was told. Next is, we were blessed that every day we were able to have food prepared by the hotel. But basically every day is Indian food. So I do have the opportunity to help to cook some of our local Chinese dishes with other sisters. I can see from the picture, actually, we just cook from our hotel room. Yeah, there's no kitchen for us. Early morning, we need to leave to the market to buy vegetables. It's not the same that here in Malaysia, we have many variety to choose, as we don't know what to buy, too many choices. But there, we have only little option, and almost every day is the same variety of veggies. From here, we know how contented they are. Basically, we are eating the same food every day, but different way of cooking. This gives me the opportunity to reflect, not to be choosy. And now I buy less and will cook whatever food or veggie I have in hand. I have learned to be more contented. And to end my sharing, I always able to hear the great teaching and to uphold the Dharma. This trip to Bodhi, I benefited the most and has great affinity to share my Dharma joy with all. Thanks for listening, and may all be happy. Cảm ơn.
Thank you so much, Sister Chow. Thanks for the great, inspiring sharing. I mean, from what you have described of the people there, I just feel that, they have this, such strong patience, deep patience, for long endurance in the very primitive environment that they live in. They live such a simplistic, basic life, but yet they have no complaints. And that probably is because their minds are not defiled by the pleasurables in like our modern environment. So while they are far from materiality, but I feel that they are closer to the nature of true sessions, and therefore they are so they could accept and practice, what city volunteers are teaching them so very quickly. So thanks a lot, Sister Chow Yoke, for the great sharing. So next, we have Sister GT, another great Pusa who have gone to India, Bodhi multiple times. Sister GT, yeah, over to you.
Let me just share this slide here. Okay, can you see my slide now?
Yes, Sister.
Okay, good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for the opportunity to share my experience serving in Bodhi. For those who have seen or have been there or watched the video, you'll see that a lot of the activities there are actually done under the Bodhi tree or any big trees. And like many Suchi activities, the lesson that we teach are the lesson that we learn from while teaching. And the best gift to ourselves was the giving that we gave to others. So the lesson under the Bodhi tree or anywhere there was one of the best lessons I received about humanity and gratitude. During my first trip with Sister Chow Yoke, I think she will attest to it. It was it was very challenging for me. Everything was different. Even the work that we are doing was different, and definitely the environment that was different. And for the first week, I actually wasn't sure if I could last that 30 or 35 days or so. And I was so worried because I was the one that is so excited about going. And then after the first week, I was like, oh, it's going to be so long. And I the traffic was very loud. The place was very chaotic. And every time that we went out, the place was muddy. And every time that we went out, right, I was so careful not to step on the cauldron. And after a week or so, I think our feet developed a sensor to avoid the cauldron automatically. Or maybe we start on it, we just didn't bother anymore. And maybe we got used to the smell. I think also that I see the positive side of it, like how the first time this photo, right? When you see the actual thing, I was like, it's a bit I wasn't comfortable with it. I don't want to be near it, but I'm okay with it after that. And in fact, I think this is actually, the design is actually beautiful, the way they put it on the wall or even on the tree. It makes the houses and the tree actually looks nicer. So a little bit of acceptance after that. And instead of finding things odd over there, I learned to appreciate it. Like at this school, I think it was a bit strange to have the cow. I'm not sure you see the cow or not here. The cow is actually at the school compound where they have their assembly and also where they have their tourism class. So when the teachers ask questions, you could actually hear the cow answering in its language. It was a bit odd to have that animals there, but the teacher said that it supplies milk for the students. And Sister Chow said, oh, that is a really great mother to supply milk for all the students. And in India, cows and other animals are almost everywhere. It's part of their lives to coexist together with the animals. And I thought that was actually very nice. And you look at this also, is the same. The next day we went to the school. We saw this little goat was running around near the school. And it is over there, it seems normal to have all sorts of animals coming in and out of the school. We even have an old lady that comes and walk in and just sit there to watch the students. So the environment there also is actually very, very strange in the beginning. But to them, it's normal and we accepted that. And we also, halfway through the class, we saw one student just pick up a baby bird on the ground and just casually pass it to the teacher. And the teacher just took it and then jumped and climbed out to the tree. And it was, here we will not do that. But this teacher just went in and said, it's okay. And they were just so close to nature, the human and nature as one. And the fact that this is so normal over there, it was just so good to see. And we follow the happy hours a few times a week. At the time, it was 3 times a week, but I think now it's lesser now. And we noticed there's a bunch of kids, and we don't know who are the parents. But they formed different families, but they played together, and they were happy and smiling, especially when they see us there. I thought. And looking at the kids playing together, I thought that that's what I used to do, playing with children that I have not even met before. But our children or grandchildren now, I don't think they do that anymore here. They are probably at home behind the grill door. But that being said, when you look at these kids, they do need a lot of basic personal grooming and cleaning out. And that's what our education team did. We helped them with the personal grooming, like Sister Chow mentioned earlier. And even with that simple act of kindness, they were already so happy. And how it was so easy to make them happy, and it was so easy to love them. The simple ingredients for happiness for them as easy as this 1, 2, 3. They just, we just give them a comb, a rubber band or two, and then our love. And then this girl is really smiling already. And you have a bunch of kids queuing up to receive the same from us. I wish we can do that at home. And maybe this is something that we could learn from these simple local children. Something that we have forgotten after we've grown up, and to be so easily contented when they have so little. I love this photo because we were actually doing we joined the medical team to do the food lentils distribution in Gangga. And as we were walking towards that path, there's this child just rushed into my arm, and she was walking alone. I couldn't see her parents at all, and it seems that is actually the norm in this area. And when I put her down so that I can continue distribution, she just kept following me. And Sister Chow asked me to take her home. I think she just sort of adopted me instead of the other way around. And I kept picking her out and put her down, and she kept following me, and I didn't know who to return her to, because it seemed so wrong to put a child just in the middle of the road and continue with our work. But then there was nobody I could ask, so we just walked around and then let her follow us until towards the end, the opposite side of where she came from. That's when her mother came in. But over there, all the mothers actually look out for everybody's kids. And that's again the beautiful culture that they are still practicing it, something probably that we used to have, but we don't do that anymore. Life here is just tough, yet so simple, not complicated. I'm not sure if you understand what I mean. I went to their houses, I saw how they live, and I know I don't want to live like that. And I am so grateful that I am so blessed. Yet when I came home after that first trip, I actually miss that simple life, that inner peace that I have when I was there watching how they live, the simplicity that they have. And the second trip that I went there, I told Brother John that I don't know why, but when I was there, especially during the second trip, I actually feel very very light in my heart. I think very peaceful. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of deadline, and very short deadline. But then there's this piece that I cannot explain, that I don't have it here. I don't know what exactly that is, but that's how I feel. Despite all that beautiful things that you saw over there, even in the most beautiful place, sometimes we see something not so beautiful due to human beings doing. Now, I have these two photos. Photo A is the first village, and photo B is the second village. Can you see the difference in the group of people in these two photos? The villages are just next to each other, about 5 minutes away. You need to look at the photos. It's different kids, but you can't tell the difference. I mean, not by looking at them. So what happened on that day was we used to conduct our happy hour with the children under the tree at the small village, the village A, the outer village. And the kids there, you look at the houses, they're not rich. And the kids also, you look at, they were dirty, and the parents looks poor. The houses also the same. So one day, when we were there, it was very hot. So the local volunteers suggested that instead of doing it at that first village, they suggested that we go to the second village, what I call the inner village. You have to walk about 5 minutes away. Because he said is a bit shaded, so then it won't be so hot because that was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we pack our things to move out, and the children looks a bit disappointed. So we invited them and their parents to join us at the new place. It was, after all, just 5 minutes away, but the parents quickly declined, and one of the mothers seemed a bit unhappy with the teacher, because I asked the teacher to invite the mother, but then she said something in Hindi, and she seems a bit unhappy. So on the way there, I asked the teacher what happened, and according to the teacher, that the reason they refused to join us was because the residents staying at the new area were actually from a lower caste. So when we look at them, they're already so poor, and yet they are actually looking down at the other group because they're from the lower caste. As far as I'm aware, the caste system is no longer there, but occasionally this thing happens when it rears its ugly head. And it's just so sad to see this, because in Turkey, we believe that everybody should be treated equal. And we feel that this is something that we need to teach not just the children, but also the parents to respect and love each other regardless of the difference. So over there at the new village, it was the first time we were there. So we started with the showing them how to clean their hands, just their hands only. And you look at how dirty it is, because it's actually a few kids washing it. And the reason we did it was because we wanted to show how dirty the water is, because they don't even wash their hands when they eat it. So now we want them to actually see it, the impact, how dirty it is. And then after that, hopefully they will learn a little bit about this. Now at the back is actually their parents. Our target is actually the parents, especially the mother, because they are full-time at home. And the mothers were there, and during the activities, they actually also joined us to learn how to wash, the step of washing hand. So this is something that the education team on and off, they will continue doing these activities. Basic hygiene, like hand washing, and also combing their hairs. And of course, our target is the parents, but parents will only join, mothers will join in a little bit later, while the fathers will actually watch from the distance and not really participating. And it was our first attempt at that village. So the first time it was still okay, and then subsequently we continue a few rounds. I believe they are still doing it with this. They're still going back to this village even now. On the way back from the second village, then we heard these kids, the one behind the cow, they were so short we didn't actually see them in the beginning, and then they were just shouting. They were quite a distance away, and they were waving excitedly for us, even though their parents did not allow them to join us, but they were still happy, even if it's just to wave at us and give us their cushy sign. In case some of you are wondering, the cushy is like the dirty face cream with Indian flavor. The people here, especially the men, do not smile easily. So the earlier team, the first few batches, the team who went there actually started this cushy smile, and put the hands up near the face and then sign up. And even up to today, if you have to go to our office or even to join their activities, we'll still say cushy when we take photos. Even VP Lim did the same thing. And the children and adults recognize it as our signs of joy and friendliness and acceptance. The Under the Tree program, as it's not the official name, but it is not just by education team, but I believe it started with them, but it's also practiced by the charity and medical team. And due to the distance and also the transportation issues, because they don't have transport, the people cannot come to us. So like Master said, we have to go to them. So that's the reason that we went there, but we don't have a center over there. So we have to find a place that is shaded. So that's why we ended up all our activities, outdoor activities will be under the trees. And a lot of time is in these areas under the Bodhi tree. And it is also easier for us to do simple setup. We even have to bring our own projector screen, but now we have the TV. So we bring the TV from the hotel, and also generators and speakers for our activities. For this style of activities, the children will be the most excited to grab the front seat of the plastic sheet, even though they didn't know what we were going to do, but they'll be the first one to do that. And then the mother will sit somewhere in the middle, I think maybe 20 minutes later. And last will be the father who came in and then will be sitting at the back. And a lot of times, however, even though initially they will just stand at the back, but nowadays I notice they start coming in and sit. I think they're getting a bit more comfortable with us. I have organized many events when I was working, but none was done under the tree. And of course, in the corporate, the budget was much higher, unlike here. And especially in Bogaya, the budget is extremely small. Quick tips, if anybody want to have a similar project over there or anywhere else, find a spacious area under a big tree for protection of the sun. Be kind and remember, number 2, be kind and remember to receive a place for our AV guy and his generator and speakers. This is a lonely job and not many people want to do it. So we are lucky that we have Brother Vikash, and he's always so very kind. He will just sit there and do his work. And if you have a balcony or rooftop view in your area, so much the better. We hope to reach out to as many as possible, even whoever that's working on the roof. But be cautious of any dangers from the above. It is an open place, so expect the unexpected, the weather, the crowd, or a certain observer who are curious about your judgment. You see this guy over there. I was there, but I never realized when he actually showed up, and then he was sitting right behind the TV, watching the back of the TV. I'm not quite sure why. So jokes aside, it is challenging with many unexpected things beyond our control. We have been interrupted by a drunk man before during our event, but the villagers were helpful, and they'll just quietly lead him back to his home. Also that we have very basic facility, but our team, especially the local teams, are just very innovative and fantastic. They are not very demanding in a lot of things. And what would we do without our tut-tut? That is so far our only way to carry we carry everything in the tut-tut, even the big TV from the hotel, the food. And you notice this sister, I think this one is Sister Serena, was sitting there trying to hold on so the things will not fall. And in case we are going to a deeper area, then whereby the tut-tut cannot come in, then the team, especially the brothers, will have to carry, and we will walk. We have to walk in. Like you see, Brother Vikash have to carry the TV in. Okay, every volunteer will tell you that language is a challenge. So just listen to Sister Serena.
आज के बाद हम दारू नहीं पिएंगे नहीं दम नहीं पिएंगे okay good
Only a handful of them speak English. At the village, almost none of them speak English. So we need the local volunteers there to be the translator. But a lot of our overseas volunteers are actually trying to pick up the language. I do not speak Mandarin, but I have a feeling if I keep going over there, I probably speak Hindi. I will probably pick up Hindi better than Mandarin. communication is definitely a challenge, but it's not a barrier. And something that I learned from the seniors volunteer there, like Sister Serena here. And the head of the gentleman just now is actually the head of the village. She was desperately trying to help our sister to communicate, but if you look, you can see how worried he looks, because he was struggling. He can't speak English, but Sister Serena was very relaxed, and she was just all smile. So I guess the love and compassion are international language. So a lot of our volunteers there do not worry about not able to communicate in the same language. So like chicken and duck talk, but they understand each other. Later, I was informed that the reason why sister was so happy was because she was doing follow up with this lady and asking if I can't remember whether she was asking her or the family members whether they have actually stopped drinking alcohol or taking liquor, and that she was so happy when she found out that the person has actually stopped doing it. Now, a lot of our cases is like that. When we go in for the home visit, then we do follow up and we encourage them to stop taking alcohol, especially the homemade version, because it's very dangerous. And we're not always successful, but it helps. Now let me introduce to the chief, the village head's wife. This is Manorma. She is like the mother of the village, and the charity team, Brother Vivek here, conduct a session to share about Tzu Chi, and Master tells stories at this village. She is a beautiful lady, quick with smile, and always very encouraging whenever she speak at our event to explain to the villagers about Tzu Chi. Definitely a helping hand, and when medical team distribute the food to our care recipients, sometimes because there's quite a lot, we actually leave the things at her house, and then we start distributing from one home to another, and we come back and take the things from the house again. Her presence and words are definitely important. She's the bridge between us and the villagers. And I'm glad just to announce that she and her husband have been not just very supportive, but because they understand our intention. But the good news is that last month, both of them has actually became our gray shirt uniform volunteers. No, I want to share this. This is from my recent trip. Winter in Bulgaria, sunlight can be very, very low at 6 degrees Celsius, and the morning can be about 9 degrees. So it was very cold. That's why the animals wear jackets. And I don't have the experience with the winter except a few trips overseas previously, but definitely not like this. On night, it was very cold one night, and I had to actually boil the water because we don't have heater in the room. And I actually put my hands there, and when the water gets cold, then I on the switch again because it was so cold. And that was the first time that I experienced what the doctor over there call cold diarrhea. Not because of food poisoning, but it says that a lot of people are having this cold diarrhea during the winter. And to us, it's a new term, but to over there, it's actually normal. And that night, I was so cold that I could actually feel my bones shivering. And it makes me think of the poor and the homeless, especially the one outside the Bodhi temples, because they don't have place, and especially the children and the elderly, many of them are very thin, without food, without body fat to protect themselves. So I wonder how they did, because even with 2 blankets, I was feeling really bad. So a few days after that, again, very short notice, a lot of things are short notice over there. Then Brother Seo actually suggested for the team to make arrangement to distribute the blanket to a few villages. And everybody, all the volunteers came in together, and we went to different villages and also the home at selected home to distribute this blanket for families. And over here, you to look at this, right? Fire during winter. it sounded strange to me, but it turned out that it's very, very common over there. To the poor, there are very little protection from the cold. So the easiest and cheapest method to warm themselves is from the bonfire, which is very dangerous, especially because they use kerosene at home, no electricity, and then even the kitchen is open fire, and the houses are made from wood or hay, so the fire can spread very quickly even during winter. And I think if you follow our stories, you will also know this about this girl whose face she was badly injured because of the fire. Tzu Chi came in to help her, but the condition was quite bad. Even now, it would never be a full recovery. And we have a few recipients who were injured or lost their home. And the medical team actually took the lead to create the awareness on fire safety during their under the tree session, and also during the blanket distribution. So I'm very grateful that to be able to work with the team to prepare the training materials on this and a few other topics to create awareness about many things, the dengue, the vegetarians, and also in this case of safety, fire safety. And while doing this, I also learned a lot of new things. Now imagine yourself staying at a home without doors. You notice this is actually not a door. It's just a piece of small zinc and then a thin cloth. And so we actually provide the blankets to them, but it's not going to help them much because it's quite windy at night. So I joined the charity team to visit them. Then they actually provide they actually arrange, they sponsor the door, a proper door. But then we get this, our care recipient, Guy Manji, to help install it without any charges. If you know Guy Manji, he is the beggar, the famous beggar from Bulgaria, who became our care recipient, and he stopped begging. And last month, he also became our uniform volunteer. He's very active with us. And his transformation, this is every time he receives some food from us, he will put a handful of rice and keep it aside, like the Myanmar story. And then in this during the charity event at the village, he donated the rice that he had put aside to this lady. So from palms up to palms down. And during our training session, he did his sharing, and he said that he has been making a living as a beggar, and he never imagined that with his palms down, he would have the opportunity to hold a microphone and share in front of so many people, and to help even with just a handful of rice. Medical mission. Now in KL, Selangor, I have never had the opportunity to join the medical mission. So a lot of time where I can, then I would try to join Sister Kim Yen and Sister Lisa in their mission. Now during the under the tree, the talk, right, to educate and to create awareness. If we just do talk, it's not going to be effective because statistics are boring, and for them life is hard enough. So don't complicate it with serious lectures. So when they have this talk about health, alcoholism, vegetarianism, personal hygiene, dengue, and fire safety, they do role play skits. So skillful teaching, short and simple skits with a dash of humor, and the villagers love it. And these are actually our 3 volunteers who are actually very good actor. So they play the role of a doctor. Brother Vivid is a doctor, and brother and Andrejit play a very good. He pretended to be drunk, and then he stumbled into this so-called clinic, and the doctors actually try to diagnose him. I'm not sure whether they are holding the right place or not for a kidney problem, but then he announced that, okay, you have kidney problem because you're drinking, so please stop. And just simple messages to share with the parents. In one of the incident whereby it's done by the one of the school actually did the same thing. A grandmother who passed by that area where we did these skits, and then after that, she started to scold us in Hindi. So we didn't know what she was talking about. Turned out she was actually drunk, but she was not drunk enough and she could understand our story. So she was angry because she thought that we were talking about her, making fun of her because she's drunk. But then the teachers were there actually gently explained it to her, and she left quietly. So a lot of times that we have this, we will have this kind of people that actually comes in, and a lot of them are actually drunk. So this alcoholism is actually a serious issue in at least in Bulgaria, and it is not just for the men, also for the women. We have grandmothers, we have the mother-in-laws, or even the wife who actually have this problem. Now we can't convince everyone overnight, but with patience and perseverance and sincerity, we may win a few. So this gentleman, Surendra, shared his story in many of city events, even in during our training. He drinks a lot, and he always has argument with his wife. Even there was one incident, he actually scolded our volunteers when the medical team were trying to help his wife to seek medical treatment. I don't know why he scolded them, but basically because he was drunk. So one day, our medical team were at the village to share the messages. We have that same play at his place, near his place, about the danger of alcoholism. And coincidentally, he was there. So he was listening to our drama, and then the interview that we have. And he was just listening there. And after that, he approached our volunteers and then started talking. He even invited our volunteers to his home. And that was his first step of transformation. After that, according to the wife, he stopped drinking. And he becomes a loving husband and father. And the wife previously always looked so scared of him. The wife now is smiling a lot more. So little things that we do not know the impact, but if we could save one person, that is actually a good thing already. So the volunteers' love and patience allow him to successfully quit drinking. And she, during the sharing, during our training, she said that she's very grateful to succeed as their household is now more harmonious. We also have this done by the medical team, personal hygiene, basically light shampoo. They're washing the hand using the light shampoo. And after that, and we only have basic things, unlike here. So we just get one of the volunteers to draw this thing so that we have a little drama to show how this jumped to another person's head using, because they are sharing comb. And after that, the teams actually went out from one house to another, distributing this shampoo, light shampoo, and the light comb to them to try on. So another, So another one that we did was during the health check visit, the medical team discovered that a lot of people are actually smoking, not just smoking, but also involved in this smokeless tobacco, what they call over there as kaini, and also chewing of betel nuts. So we did this PPT for them to share, and we have this session whereby we play the video and to create that awareness. The government of India has actually done a lot of campaigns and videos, very good videos to create this awareness, but unfortunately some of them may not reach to this this group of people. So this is actually a very difficult material for me to go through because I find the photos a bit very uncomfortable looking at it. So every time I do it, I will stop. I will just go somewhere else and then I come back and do it because the images are very disturbing and even the videos are actually quite scary. It's definitely not something that I've done in Malaysia. Definitely not ever. And the direction, if you to look at the directions from the parents and the children's, it says it all. Maybe it's too gruesome for the children, but I think they need to understand so that they can learn better. Sorry, I think I'm running out of time. Also, some of the things during that the under the tree session, we have like 100 to 200 participants. So you imagine how many sleepers we're going to have during that time. So the first 2 trips I went to is very messy. But the third trip was, you notice the volunteers are actually teaching the local to inform the participants to arrange it nicely. And then after that, when they saw our local volunteers doing it, they are now doing it themselves, and this is the result. So simple things that we teach them. The week that I was to complete my first trip, during our chanting at Mahabodhi Temple, this phrase from the Lotus Sutra stays in my mind. We take refuge in Buddha for diligently practices everything that is difficult. And it reminded me how in the beginning I wanted to come back, and for that 30 days or so, I was there. Whenever Brother Siu asked me, would you come back? I keep telling him, I'm not sure. In my heart, I actually wanted to say no. But this phrase stay on with me. And I think it helped me make the decision to go back. On the last day, I wasn't really sure yet, but on the last day before leaving, when we did the sharing, and that's when I started to cry like a baby. And I think I told the local team that we don't have enough volunteers. The overseas volunteer cannot be coming all the time. A lot of things to be done. Please stay diligent, do not fail master. And as I sat down, I thought, wait, what about me? What have I done? Will master get to see the transformation? How can I do more? So on that last day, a few hours before we left, I make a vow to come back and to recruit Bodhisattva so master can witness its transformation. And that was also the day that I informed Brother Siu that I will be going back to do the training, even though I don't actually have that much experience yet. I only joined last year, so I will try my best to do the training and recruit the volunteers. Since October last year until January this year, we have conducted 4 new volunteers training, and for 250 Tata plus our local staff joining the training session. And it can be a lot of challenges, but I will not go into the challenges because of the time. But anyway, it helps. I hope that it helps to get more volunteers end of the day. So, but it's not easy. It's because they are very young. They do not have the experience. So we are trying to train them up. Like Brother Vikash is actually helping with the translation and also video editing. He's now expert already. And our Brother Luca from Taiwan and Brother Manfei from Malaysia is also training out our Brother Amar as a 3-in-1. And one of the challenges is in Malaysia, it's very easy because everybody seems to know, especially the young, knows computer. But over there, even when to do the Google form to invite, they don't know how to do it, how to extract the data. They don't know how to use Excel. So the first 2 training, I was trying to teach them, but we don't actually have time to spend that long. So I end up doing it myself. But towards the last training, then at least Rosie can do it already. So anyway, on the 23rd of last month, we have about 50 odds of our local volunteers, the teachers as well as others, the public members who actually qualified to be graduate new volunteers. And we hope that they can progress to Shensi this year and later on as a patient and also commissioners. So it was definitely a joyful occasion. And out of these 50, we have 16 from collegiate youth and also 8 members who actually joined our Teacher Association. We hope this new team will be able to continue to progress soon and take out more responsibility in addition to Karen. Okay, so with that, I end my sharing.
Karen, so much, Sister GT, for your very, heartfelt sharing. It's really touched me, and I would certainly, like to join you in the next trip.
Thank you.
And what I pick up here is that what they see as norm, it's so strange to us. But in reality, it is us who have strayed from nature, whereas they are still so much closer to their nature. And I also pick up that they're also slim. They don't have to worry about weight gain or obesity. Including pictures of the cow, we can actually see all the ribs. So it shows how much we take things for granted here and how excessive we are. They don't have shoes. We have not just one pair, but multiple pairs of shoes. And yet you're still not contented. We feel little or no joy at all, given all these conveniences in life over here. So I'm sure everyone is so, inspired by all the success stories that, the city volunteers have achieved. And using skillful means, adapting to their Bollywood culture, and that is really great. So thank you so much, Sister Chow and Sister GT, for the amazing sharing. Next, we have is Brother David. Are you online already? Brother David, 季师兄，你上线了吗？ I thought I saw him online. Okay, Sister Su Ching will contact you. So, Sister GT, just may I ask, whenever you all go, how many actually volunteers were with you from KL?
You mean during the travel or over there?
Yeah, over there.
It could be anything between 10, 15, I think, because it depends on whether we have any special event. Special event you will have, I think the other day was quite a lot, like until we got no place to stay. We had to stay outside, like year-end blessings and I later on the Buddha bathing day.
So normally, I think
10
when
to 15.
staying in the hotel, right? Because there are not much rooms available in the office.
Yeah, only 10 rooms.
I see. Okay. Okay, I think Brother David will come to join us. He mistaken that it was actually going to be 7:50. So, Sister GT, if you have any, key things to share, you can go on. I will stop sharing the slides here first. Or does anyone has any questions for Sister GT and Sister Chow? The other thing that I pick up from your story is that you know, everyone feel that they are parents to all children. And this is exactly what, you know, Sangren has been telling us, right? To have this impartiality, and then in education, teachers should be treating, you know, every child as their own. And here you can really see it. Whereas, you know, in Malaysia or most parts of the world, you worry and you will not allow your children to follow strangers. And there you have got a toddler following you all over from the top of the street to the end of the street. Um, and it's just amazing. While, you know, it's sad to see, you know, the very, very poor and terrible conditions that they live in. But what I pick up from all your sharings this morning is that they live such a simple life, and yet they are contented. They have no fear, and their mind is like a sponge, right? Whatever that you all teach, they pick up and they practice. You know, turning from a drunkard to a loving husband, you know, quit smoking, you know, just from a role play. And that is really amazing. And it really shows that their minds are actually much less defiled than, you know, many of us here. And it really shows how much and how far we actually have strayed, you know, from our true selves. And that came across to me as, you know, a very, very key point. While we feel sorry for them, actually, we should feel more, you know, pitiful for ourselves. I don't know what about other brothers and sisters think about this. Ji师兄, Sister Su Ching, do you have anything to share, to say?
Hey, good morning, brothers and sisters. Sister Kapin, sorry, but Brother David is on the way, logging in. Apologies, actually, it's my fault. I just realized that I passed him the first draft schedule. Supposed to have 3 groups of sharer, but one of the sharer changed. I couldn't make it. So his session originally 7:50 is moved to 7:30. But Brother David, I contacted him just now. He said it's okay. He's on the way. So wait for a bit. Brother David will join. Yeah.
Okay. No
Okay.
worries. No worries.
Maybe we open the session to the floor if they have anything to share on our most insightful sharing and heartwarming sharing from Sister GT and Sister Chow Yoke.
Yeah.
Even though for us, some of us have been there. I'm sure. Wow, listening again, this one, every person really have another wondrous, really like Grand Sutra, another different perspective and experiences. Okay, pass back. Sorry, Sister cupping a bit. While waiting for Brother David, maybe we can.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I was planning to go actually next week, but unfortunately conditions aren't there. So I will have to postpone and look for another window to go. Yeah. But you know, I'd like to take this opportunity to request that you know, we've translated the book The Path of Good Teachers. And I think in the Jingsi Cafe, it's probably only about 20, slightly over 20 copies left. So for those who are interested, you should try to go and get a copy because we don't know when is going to be our next print. And I find that this will be really, really helpful, especially for those who are planning to make a trip to whether Bulgaria or to Nepal, because those are masters. It's a compilation of masters' wisdom on education, and in terms of, you know, sharing her wisdom with the locals, the teachers, the parents, as well as the children themselves, in how they should interact and build, you know, a tripartite relationship and how they should role model, to their children. So telling them about quitting smoking and quitting drinking, that should be able to help us to add a little bit of depth to them in quitting those not so good habits. So I really, encourage everyone to get a copy of the book. And by the way, it's the first master's book to be co-translated by the Malaysian team here. So read them and then share your thoughts, perhaps, when you visit India or Nepal. Yeah. Is there anyone else who wants to share their thoughts about this morning sharing by Sister GT and Sister Chow? No one? No takers? Sister GT, do you have any more words of wisdom to share?
Words of wisdom, no. But if anybody who are able to join us in Bogaya, then you're very much welcome, because I think we need more people, especially at certain times when we have certain events or even during the training.
Who will be the coordinator if, let's say, there are volunteers who wish to go? Who do they approach?
Either if let's say they have certain if they're going to stay for at least, let's say, 1 month or so, then I guess can contact Brother Siu or Sister Pei.
Brother Siu, Sister Pei is where is she? Is she based?
She's over there. She's actually the staff.
I see.
She's from Malaysia, but based there.
Yeah, because I'm sure there are many people who are now inspired by yourself and Sister Chow Yoke and who may wish to go, but who is going to help coordinate, right? Because we also cannot have people just going randomly. So there must be somebody, who coordinates. And I think at the moment is the education team, right? And the charity team that who have been going quite often.
Training also, actually, now, because we're going to do more trainings. At this point of time, then I'm the only one, so it's quite heavy.
Training for the local volunteers, right?
Because we're supposed to do training every alternate month. So if I were to go there every alternate month, I as good as not here,
Okay. I'm sure you'll be able to recruit more people.
Hopefully, and somebody who can take turn also will be good for training.
Okay, we can talk about that. Yeah. But going there, I was trying to get air tickets, right? It's not easy, the flights, because there is no direct flight from here to Gaia.
No, you have to transit one night.
Yeah. And I also learned from the travel agent that the flight via Thai Airways,
very expensive.
It's not only expensive, I think they also stopped that service from Bangkok to Gaia. So you can, something like she said, you can go there, but you cannot return.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think they have stopped it. So I'm looking at alternative, which is like, going to
Batik Air or AirAsia.
or I can get MAS to Delhi, and then from Delhi, take Indigo to Gaia. I think it's just a bit longer, about 14 minutes flight longer, because it's one is on the northwest and the other one is on the east side, right?
Normally we travel. I normally travel by Batik Air, Malindo.
Yeah, but that one is, the service is, I've experienced many times where they delay the flights and you will not be able to do your next connecting flight.
Yeah, my last trip was delayed.
Yeah, so I had quite bad experience with batik air, so I try not to, because the moment you're delayed for a few hours, then you'll be
Yeah, you
not
missed
able
it.
to catch your connecting flight. Yeah. Well, but like Master said yesterday, in the wisdom at dawn, that as long as you are firm in your resolve, there is no distance that is too far. You will always have got be able to find ways to get there. So this again, it's like there's a lot of teaching in it for us. Sorry, brothers and sisters, that you all have got to wait a bit for Brother David. It's 7:45. I'm not sure if he's on already. Brother David? Yeah, Sister Su Ching, if you can check with Brother David if he's coming on soon.
Yeah, wait a bit. He says he's joining already. By the way, Sister KGT, may I ask for volunteers that wish to go to Bulgaria, what are your any like reminders or pep to them preparations to make the cold diarrhea part what is it about actually? You means you still have diarrhea and feeling very cold, is it?
Oh, no,
Okay.
that time was because it's winter. So you're feeling cold and then you have diarrhea. I was actually vomiting. The next day I had diarrhea. The other sister was having very bad diarrhea until she actually had to go to the hospital. And she can't eat, so on drips.
Wow,
But it
that's
was during winter. Mm.
Oh, okay. But the food are all prepared by the volunteers, right? Drink means we have to take extra care.
No food. We eat at the center, so it's okay. It's not food poisoning.
It's not food poisoning. Okay, how?
Mhm.
Volunteers are those those brothers and sisters, not to worry. we can
Good.
see because of the wow and inspiration. Sister GT, I can still shoulder on and carry on with the activities. 祝福大家. But I think most of the time it's quite okay lah, still okay because the volunteers will prepare their own food and drinks.
Yeah.
Hey, my apology wait for a while. I think Brother David, let me check with him again. Maybe I exit the group for a while. Let me call him and call for him
Okay.
again.
Anybody else would like to ask questions? I'm sure many have, been inspired by the talk, and you're probably planning when, you should be traveling to India.
Good morning, Sister Kaping.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question. I wonder, does normal volunteers are they qualified? I mean, can they go to India or not, or must be commissioners to help to go there and help?
From what I understand it right now is that they would prefer commissioners, but I'm sure there could be exceptions. So again, the question is whom to contact and whom to coordinate the trip. So I suppose you could. I mean, if you're in the education group, you could talk to teacher Ching.
Okay.
If you are in the other groups, perhaps speak to the community leaders, or maybe send Brother Sio a text message. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I'm coming.
Hi, Brother David. 哎呦，我们等你等得很久。Okay,
有
good.
問題喎，有問題咩？
冇問題，now 冇問題。Now that you join, 冇問題。
好劍宗啊！
You really like to speak Cantonese, yeah?
好劍宗啊！係啊，我都好劍宗。
你好緊張啊？Okay, no need to 緊張. You are great. Yeah, so Brother David, thank you so much. This morning we have only 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
And time, then we'll open the floor for more questions. The first question here is, dogs really are unappreciated in this country. They suffer abuse. Example, puppy mills that we have, puppy farming, and dogs are being poisoned. And this person is asking, saying that I thought Tzu Chi is committed to helping all living beings. And dogs are living beings too, and think that they are better in most ways than human in this country. So why isn't Tzu Chi helping them? And she's saying that there's no need to help people so much because people have a voice, but animals can't speak for themselves. So they can't say or inform us that they are hurt or they are hungry. So most dogs eat grass to suppress their hunger, and most of them, they sleep to avoid hunger. They don't have houses to stay, even if it is hot or it's rainy, they have got no place to call home. So the question is, why isn't Tzu Chi helping dogs in this country or anywhere else in the world? 居师兄。
OK， 好。即使even the dogs or the animals, they can call help. Even they can call help, like the humans. Some poor people also call help, right? But doesn't mean he can get the help. Doesn't mean, because need to see the affinity. Because in this world, there are so many poor people or sick people. They need help. But doesn't mean they can get the help in time. Have to see the affinity. Just like the 无国籍怎么讲啊？无国籍啊？
The stateless people.
怎么
Stateless, the stateless people.
Stateless, okay. Just like the stateless people in East Malaysia, right? I have been there also, right? So many. But how many stateless people we can help? Very limit. We set up the school, but only how many children can go to the school, right? Still have so many more and more people, more and more children. They cannot get this opportunity to learn. So not only human being, the animal especially, right? So this question you are asking are not just like about just about the dogs, not just about the dogs or animals. The same is true for others or human beings. Same. Although Buddhism teaches that all living beings are equal, but everyone knows that just assisting people is too much work to finish. Just now I told you, right? Too much work to finish. Not to mention helping so many sentient beings, right? We can just help dogs, but not other animals. Otherwise, we are discrimination. We cannot just help dogs, right? But not other animals. Otherwise, we are discriminating, right? If we want to help all animals without any discrimination, then we don't have the power to complete such big task. Not to mention helping all animals. Just helping dogs is too much to accomplish. What's more, it's already difficult to transform the sentient beings, even if people have same language to communicate. Not to mention to transform the animals, right? So there are three things that even Buddha and Master Ching cannot do it. In Chinese, we say, 佛有三不能啊，对不对？佛有三不能啊。
So even if you look at the heart, you can't do all.
Yeah, there are three things that even Buddha and Master Ching cannot do it. First one, unable to educate all sentient beings, right? Second, unable to transform those who have no affinity. 这个 in Chinese we say 佛不渡无缘之人呐、
对，
不渡无缘，无缘的人没办法渡了啊。This second, third, cannot bear the karma for sentient beings. You have to bear your karma by yourself. No any alternative. No, you have to bear by yourself. You create, then you have to bear it. So these three things that Buddha or the Buddha or Master Ching or all the master cannot do it. Even the Buddha and Master Ching cannot do it. So how can we do it, right? So you mean the dogs? The dogs never know the Buddhism. Although sometimes we see the video, this dog 很有灵性啊，对 like human, you know. This dog can pray, can kneel down, but how many of them, right? One or two only, not many, because they are animal, not human being. Even the human being, very hard to educate, true or not. We want to transform the people by our Tzu Chi works. But how many people we can recruit? Only Kuala Lumpur branch office 30 years anniversary. How many of the people who has affinity with Tzu Chi can come to the can participate this 30 years anniversary? How many? No more than 4,000, right? But in Kuala Lumpur, how many population? In Malaysia, how many population? So this proportion is very low. Even the human being, don't say in the words, only in Kuala Lumpur, right? How many we can recruit, we can transform. And before this 30 years anniversary, we have to do so many works, we have to do so hard, right? To invite them, give the invitation card one by one in your hand, right? So not easy, right? But however, it doesn't mean that no one. It doesn't mean that no one help dogs. Some charitable organization, they do it. But Tzu Chi Foundation doesn't take this as its mission. 我们的 four missions, 8 footprints, not including helping the animals. The ideal target is all sentient beings are equal. This is our mindset. When we face the animal, we face the dog, we face the cat, we face the human being, people, all the same. We only can do this, right? So, 这个就是 my answer. So,
Yeah.
any questions?
Yeah, I think, Brother David, what you just said, it's very close to our heart, because in the Wisdom at Dawn in the last few days, Master has been talking about, Buddha not bearing, you're not able to bear to see sufferings. They will reach out to everywhere, where there are suffering beings, with his three wisdom, which is wisdom of all Dharma, wisdom of all path, and all, encompassing wisdom. He will find ways. And what I felt, it's, when we talk about the dogs, the animal realms, right? These are beings that have fallen into the animal realms for whatever the past causes. And bodhisattvas, like you mentioned, how many bodhisattvas are there in the world to go around to respond to all sufferings? But the human realm, as what Master said, it's the most important, because it is here where they got the door to the hell realms. That means helping to transform sentient beings, following precepts and not do bad. And they shut the door to the animal realms. So in fact, it's an indirect way to help to reduce the number of people falling into the three evil realms, correct?
Yes. In reality, the practical reality, the current situation is so many people living in suffering and torturing. But how many enthusiastic people can dedicate themselves? Very few, right? That's why that's a few days ago, Master Ching still talked to us. She said, in this world, how many population now?
8 billion, over 8 billion.
Right? 8 billion population in the world now. How many Tzu Chi volunteer in the world? So this scale is very, very low, very low. That's why now, because now is the Master Ching already getting old, right? And the world still have so many disaster and so many people need to help, right? For example, when pandemic, right? Indonesia, India and Nepal and some other country also, which has no Tzu Chi volunteer and contact point there. But Master Ching want to help them. How? No manpower, no Tzu Chi people, no Tzu Chi contact point. How you help them? How? So we have to break through this bottleneck. We are partnership with the local NGO, like in India, right? We have partnership with more than 20 NGO, including the Catholic, Christian, Muslim. Okay, yeah, cooperate. We send them the relief material, and they distribute for us. This is only one way we can do. But this is still very few countries only, right? Because pandemic not only in India or Southeast or Taiwan, right? In the world, still have so many other countries they need help. But who can get help? So people in need, it's so many. But people want to dedicate, it's very few. Not to mention the animals, right? And also, you're only talking about to help dogs. How about the cat? Still has so many animals. We need to protect them. But we don't have this capability to do that because this is very, very big task. Too much work to finish. This is the reality. We have to face it. The other thing is Master Ching also doesn't want to do efforts for the dead people. 善人也不想在死人上面做太多事情。You know why? Because Master Ching say, the live people, so many live people need to help. We cannot accomplish such big charitable work. How come we spend our efforts and our time on dead people? You understand? 所以 the 上人不喜欢把时间花在死人上面。The dead people already dead. Why you spend your cherished time and manpower and even the funds on the dead people? The living people, so many need to help. We still cannot accomplish. How come, right? So this is not the discrimination, no, because our resources is very limited. So we have to do the very good, very proper allocation.
So we have got to choose. We have to make choices.
Yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't stop us, Tzu Chi volunteers, you yourself, we ourselves on an individual basis, we can still go and do whatever we can.
Yeah. But the situation for dogs and the human beings almost the same. You know why? if we raise dog in our house, right? That means this dog has good affinity with us. This is blessing dog. Although he cannot say I need help, but we can see, right? Because this is our pet. Every day we are living with them together. So we know this dog something wrong. Maybe it's sick already. Then we can send him to see the doctor. But the 流浪狗啊，对，那个怎么讲？
The
流浪狗
stray
怎么？
dogs, the stray dogs.
The street dogs nobody care, right? But they still can survive. They still can survive because they have their own way to survive. Their resistance power is much stronger than the domestic pet, right?
I think it all comes back down to affinity, right? Sometimes even when we can see that people are suffering, take for example now the Gaza Strip or in Ukraine, you know, you want to help, but how could you reach them, right? So they just don't have the affinity, the conditions are not there for help to reach them. So that again go back to our collective karma, correct?
Yeah, correct. Another good example is in Su Ching works in Malaysia. Because in Malaysia, all the state has Malaysian volunteer and the contact point branch office, right? So any disaster happen, those people, those victims, as long as they need help, and the assistance will be immediately come to them because the network is so big in Malaysia. So this is the affinity in Malaysia. But like India, if something happen, very hard to help them.
So we have the blessings. So collectively, we have cultivated the blessings.
Right? But if these 8,000 volunteers in India, then the situation will be something different, right? Because in Malaysia, we have, no. In Kuala Lumpur, we have more than around 10,000 volunteers. If you want to mobilize, we can get 10,000 volunteers. If you put this 10,000 volunteers in India, then the situation will be something very different, right? Especially these 10,000 volunteers spread out in different areas of India. If anything happen, they can go immediately, right? But India affinity is different. No one there, no volunteer there, right? Pandemic assistance, this is exceptional because Master want to repay to Buddha's hometown. That we use that special way, partnership with the local NGO to do the material relief or the medical equipment relief. But now, 2 months ago, there is a case from India, in southern part of India, because his auntie in Taiwan, she is a 是不是叫 sister 修女啊？
A nun?
A nun， 不修女哦，不是尼姑哦。
哦，不是尼姑啊，
基督教修女啊。
是基督教是吧？
基督教天主教。
天主教也是叫 nun 是吧？
nun OK。The Catholic nun in Taiwan. She knows Su Ching is very powerful to help the victims. So she called us to help. Okay, and I look over the map. Wow, southern India. We don't have any contact point there. So we make phone call to these NGO whether they are convenient to go and have a look and see what they need help. Then we give them money to ask them to help this guy. This Taiwan auntie's niece living in suffering. but very difficult. Only the communication is so difficult. Come and go, come and go. So see, only help one case is such difficult. If in Malaysia, very easy, right? Any place, any person who are in need, immediately we can call the volunteer to go and help. So this is affinity. So same thing as the dogs. Now she asked the dogs, right? We have so many things to do, have so many works to do. We have to know how to distinguish, right? The best way is don't raise the pet. Don't get the problem by yourself, bro.
Okay, understand. We go to the next questions, in case okay. Next question is, I've formed aspirations and made great vows, and I'm giving my best to actualize these vows. So in the process, my health is compromised and I may have neglected my familiar duties. I think I'm not doing it right. So please advise how best to balance Su Ching works as a lay practitioner.
This problem happened on so many Su Ching volunteers, especially the newcomers, right? They feel Su Ching very good, are so interested to get involved. Until they're fully involved, they feel something wrong, because they spend all their time in Su Ching, and they neglect the how to work in the house. So this caused the family members complain. Right? Sometimes the wife joined Su Ching and the husband didn't. Sometimes the husband joined Su Ching, but wife doesn't. Right? They feel after you join Su Ching, I'm the first victim, because in normal day you cook 3 meals for me. After you join Su Ching, only 2 meals, and so easy, right? He feel he sacrificed under your participating in Su Ching. So this is not the Master Ching Yen want. That's why we come to Su Ching. We want to learn how to do so many things, and Yuan Man so smooth, right? Left hand side satisfied, right hand side also satisfied, right? I'm satisfied. My family member also satisfied, and I also can transform to my family members. That is the best way. However, not every volunteer can do such smoothly. That's why we want to learn. We join Su Ching because we want to learn. This we call 悲智双运呐。Compassion and wisdom go together. Okay. Doing your duty well is practice. Only you can do your duty well, then you can be capable. You can be capable. The question is, what does the duty include it? Do how to work well is, of course, our duty. It should be regarded as everyone's duty to guide their own ideology and life value. This is the reason why we joined Su Ching, to do volunteer and cultivate ourselves. This is the reason. But this doesn't mean we can, regardless of how to work, for the sake of spiritual practice. This is not the excuse. Your family member cannot accept this kind of excuse, right? Because 他们是受害的人啊，对 ，they are not satisfied. Yeah, 他们对。
So that means you don't do spiritual practice at the expense of your family, right?
Because you want to increase, cultivate your spiritual, that's your business. But you don't do the warehouse work. This is our business. They will think so, right? You want to cultivate yourself, that's your business. But the housework you have to done. You don't done it. You don't do it. So this is something to do with your family members. So they complain, right? So especially in the process, your health is compromised. You maybe sometimes you get sick, right? This is even more difficult to convince your family of the legitimacy of your work. 合法性啊，怎么讲？合法性
合法
，legitimacy legacy of your work，
legacy OK
right legacy 的，对不对？是不是这样子
legacy
？Because while you do 慈济 right， your health is compromised. Sometimes you get sick, right? Your family member will misunderstand this because you do too much. You are too tired, right? But you are doing work too tired. You are not doing the hard work and too tired. If you do the housework too tired, they will understand. They will very grateful for you because you sacrifice for this family. No, you are only you go to duty to work only for yourself only. You want to cultivate your spiritual practice. This is your business. Nothing to do with our the benefit. Okay. So under this, in terms of this situation, you also get sick sometimes. So your family member will misunderstand you. In this case, even more difficult to convince your family of the legacy of your work in Su Ching. So in terms of this condition, so how to say? But however, we cannot give up practicing in Su Ching because of this problem. So the best way is make good time arrangement. Do the homework, do the housework first. Then also arrange some time to do Su Ching. The most important thing is to make appropriate and satisfactory arrangement for both housework and Su Ching. That your family members' daily life not be affected by your Su Ching works, right? You do your Su Ching work, but no harm to us, right? Your family members' daily life not be affected by you, by your Su Ching work, so they can accept, right? Because the housework is your 本分事嘛. This is your responsibility, right? So this step, if this step was done, then one more step further. That means make your language and action very wise while you are at home. At the same time, this wisdom will also benefit your family members. You can share with them how you cultivate yourself in Su Ching, how many touching stories in Su Ching. That means you can transform your family. They also can accept. They also feel touching. This one more step, you can do it. And gradually, they will recognize you as Su Ching because they will also benefit from it because you do Su Ching, so they also get the benefit from you, right? This is this is the situation why so many the father and mother join Tzu Chi, then they can recruit, invite their children, come together. Everybody happy, right? So it have to be step by step. Step by step means the first step is you have to take care of your housework first, because this is your responsibility. And only you can accomplish your homework and housework well, then you have persuasion power to your family members. Why I let them understand why I joined Tzu Chi, why I'm so happy to do Tzu Chi, because I increase my compassion. I also increase my wisdom. And those compassion and wisdom, I can share with you, and you also can get benefit from me. So this is the best way, and
Yeah.
also the target, right?
Yeah, but in this case, the person's health is also compromised. So which means that you actually have to take care of yourself first, right? Heal yourself before you can actually go and help somebody else. If you don't have a healthy body, then how can you go out? How can you have the stamina, right? So would
Yeah.
your advice be to say, take care of your health until you can recover, then you can come out and do Tzu Chi work again?
Yes, yeah. But not because of your health compromised, then your family members complain. No, you haven't done the housework well, then they start to complain, and your health compromised. This is another burden for you also, another excuse for your family member to complain you, right? This is another excuse the family member complain to you. See, not only you didn't do the hard work, but also you get sick because of do Tzu Chi too much, right? They have excuse to complain you, right?
Yeah. So that's why I have got this question, right? I've always been asked, when like my friends know that I'm so busy with my work, I've got so many meetings, and then there I tell them no time for lunch. I have got to go for Tzu Chi meeting and all that. Then they ask me, have you joined a cult? You know? And
Okay.
so what is your answer to that? Cult means 邪教 lah,
Okay. This also something to do with the individual blessings. In this case, some volunteer, they are too busy in Tzu Chi, so no time to take meal, right? But if you have very good affinity with your family members, like your husband, your wife, children, right? They are so considerate. Okay, mom, you are so busy in Tzu Chi, no time to. Okay, I cook some light food for you. You can carry. You can eat in the bus or in the car, right? This you have good affinity, right? But some other people not like this. The children, the husband or wife start to complain. See, I don't agree you do Tzu Chi. See, you are so busy to take meal. This is not the way to cultivate yourself. No, I don't agree. They feel unhappy to you. So this become an obstacle. This become another obstacle for you to join Tzu Chi, to do Tzu Chi continuously, right? That's why we have to do the things very smoothly, not only do what we have to do in the house, okay? Then even we can serve the family person more than before. More than before you join Tzu Chi. Now I join Tzu Chi. I give the good service, good housework for my house members. They will feel, okay, after you join Tzu Chi, we are the one to get the benefit, right? Before we only eat 3 meals. Now we have the 爱心果汁 right? We can get more good service after my mom joined Tzu Chi, right? They feel satisfied. Okay, go. You go do Tzu Chi more. We can get more benefit. So in this case, the family members will be recognized to you. That this is a very good affinity. But some other Some family doesn't like this, The husband complain, wife complain husband, because they are not together to join Tzu Chi. So if you want to transform your other partner or your children, then you have to make yourself a successful and good sample to them, right? See, after I joined Tzu Chi, I have a very good body education for you. Not only language, my actions, not like before. I have very good temper than before. What I talk is very so wise than before. Your family, I'm more considerate to my family members than before. Then we'll see what changed my mom, what changed my father. Why? Oh, how Tzu Chi. So they want to know, right? Okay, you come to Tzu Chi. Okay. They are transformed together. Wow, so nice. Right.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, I think it's all actually from us,
Right.
right? How we practice and how we role models the teachings.
Okay, this
Right.
is to the family. This is what I say now is to the family. But if we want to transform other people, to ask them to join Tzu Chi, to get involved in Tzu Chi, we also we also need our body education. 我们的身教啊, right? You want to educate the people, you want to transform the people, you have to improve yourself first. Otherwise, you have no persuasion power, right? That means the virtue, like Master Ching Yen. She has good, the sentient beings affinity, right? She has good, high virtue. She has high virtue. So Master Ching Yen, easily transform the people. Any stranger come to Jinse, before they are so arrogant, right? After meet Master, kneel down. so many cases, even the doctor so arrogant, wow, so proud. After meet the master, kneel down. Before they say, okay, I'm the Catholic, I'm the non-Buddhist. So if I meet Master Ching Yen, please, I don't kneel down. Okay, as you like. After they meet the master, immediately kneel down. This because Master Ching Yen's virtue. Also, one of the reasons also you have pure mind. When you see this scent, right? Your conscience already inspired, so you can kneel down. I think majority of people can kneel down before they say they don't want, but they can kneel down. This is because of Mother Ching's virtue. So she can transform the people. That's why in the world, so many volunteers respect Master Ching Yen and recruited by Master Ching Yen. Even Master Ching Yen never go abroad, but those people, they are recruited by Master Ching. Same, we want to do Tzu Chi, we want to invite more people to join. You have to see how much your persuasion power. Not by mouth, by your body language, body education. That means your virtue. Maybe our virtue is not so high as our master, but we are improved gradually already, right? Before we talk to people, nobody want to listen to us, but now some people start to listen to us because they see our change already, and see they understand our sincerity. Not like before. Before this is so bad temper, but now different. So what you say, they will listen because you already changed yourself first. That's why 近世 aphorism say, 改变自己是自救, right? You change yourself, that means you save yourself.
Self-help, right?
影响别人是救人. You affect other people. That means you save other people. All right?
Yeah, so it's the same as 自度度人, right?
对. 自度度人 or self transform. then transform others, right?
Others, yeah.
So self-transform it in front. This has sequence, don't upside down. Self-transform, put in front. Then transform others. That means if you don't transform yourself, then you have no power to transform others. 自觉觉他 self-enlightened, then enlighten other people. Same thing. Self in the front, others behind. This is the sequence. Same. You want to get your family members satisfied, then you have to improve yourself first, right? You improve yourself, then you have power, can transform to convince your family members. Start from yourself first. This is ideology.
Yeah, then this is where, the process is 利他利己, just benefit others first before you benefit yourself, right?
If you don't improve yourself, you have no persuasion power to transform other people. No. Why they listen to you? Why? Right? You want to transform the people, you want to convince the people, you must have some power that we call the Fari, Dharma power, right? We have Dharma power to influence other people, to convince other people. So the only one way to increase your Dharma power, to convince the people, to transform the people, is improving yourself first. Don't just want to change other people. Change yourself first.
Yeah.
All right. It's still you are still hard to change yourself. How come you can change other people? Right. So sometimes we feel very difficult to change ourselves, right?
The most difficult.
Yeah. So you cannot change yourself. How come you want to change other people? Right?
Yeah.
This is the reality.
Okay,
so this is a very important technology.
Cảm ơn, Brother
Okay.
David. And it's another good session. So even though it's just 2 questions, but we have learned a lot from you. Thank you for sharing your insight. So thank you, brothers and sisters.
2 questions are the starting point only. Can mention so many things, many ideology.
Correct. So can I ask brothers and sisters to switch on your video, and then we can take a picture with Brother.
Okay.
Yeah, can I trouble Sister Lily to take a picture for us? Cảm ơn. Okay, cảm ơn so much, Brother David, and can we get you to lead us to express our thanks to Buddha and Master and the Abbot Master? Yeah. Brother and sister, ready? First bow. Second bow. And third bow. And a bow to our Abbot Master.
Yeah.
Cảm ơn so much. We will see you in the next month, in the next session again. Cảm ơn so much.
By the way, Chiru and my big daughter will go to Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, when?
Middle of next month. Middle of March.
Middle of March. Okay. We look
I'm going to care end of April. To go and help the Moa Jinsitang.
Oh, okay.
Design the landscaping.
Oh.
And put the statue in Jiangjintang.
Wow.
This time, why I physically involved in this issue, because the Buddha statue in Kuala Lumpur Jinsitang, Jiangjintang, is a mistake. Before they didn't ask me, but they just easily put the statue on the wall in Jiangjintang, right? Do you know where the mistake? Do you know? You know where the keynote speaker on the stage,
Oh, it's blocking it.
camera shoot, right? Always see the bottom of the Buddha statue, right? Behind the keynote speaker, the picture not so good because you will see the bottom of the Buddha statue, right? Can avoid. That means the Buddha statue should be put higher. You put higher, then the camera won't shoot the bottom of the Buddha, the statue, right? This big mistake. Now very hard to improve now. Always
Mm,
when you see any keynote speaker on the stage, right? You see the picture, the top side of the top side of the picture can see the statue, the bottom of the statue. It's not so nice.
okay, so you're coming back to move that to help?
No. In Mua haven't done it.
Oh,
Mua
that
haven't done it. I want them to avoid this problem happening in
okay.
KL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's fixed in KL. Okay, we can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, this product statue not only put on the wall only, you have to see the angle of the camera, right? So now how to change? See,
Yeah, I have got to be very meticulous, right?
yeah, must be very mindful,
Yeah.
Even the
Okay.
small, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Okay.
brothers and
Thank you,
sisters.
everybody. See you next month.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.